To connect Discord to n8n, start by logging into your n8n account. Then create a new workflow and give it a name that you'll recognize later, like Discord Test or Sales Notifications. Click the plus button to add a new node, search for Discord, and select the Discord node that appears. Before you can use it, you need to authorize n8n to send messages into your server, and you do that through a webhook. Open Discord in a new browser tab. Navigate to the server where you want the messages to appear. Click the server name at the top left, choose Server Settings, then go into Integrations, select Webhooks, and click New Webhook. Give it a name, pick the channel where messages will be posted, and copy the webhook URL that Discord generates. Now go back to n8n. In the Credentials field, choose Create New Credential. Paste that URL into the credential settings and save it. Select that credential in the node. Then under Resource choose Message, and under Operation choose Send. Type a simple test message like Hello from n8n. Then click Execute step. Switch back to Discord and open the channel you selected. You should see your message appear instantly. If it does, everything is working. If it doesn't, double check that you copied the full webhook URL and that the credential is saved correctly. Once verified, you can edit the message in n8n, run the node again to update it, and then save your workflow. Now let me explain why this works and how to build on it. Discord webhooks are essentially a unique URL that gives n8n permission to post messages to a specific channel without needing a full bot account or complex OAuth setup. This makes them incredibly fast to set up and secure because the webhook URL itself is the key. Anyone with that URL can post, so treat it like a password and never share it publicly. The Discord node in n8n wraps that webhook into a simple interface where you can craft your message with text, choose a username for the bot, and even include an avatar if you want. For most beginner automations, sending a plain text message is enough, but you can also add rich formatting like bold text, bullet points, or embedded links by using Discord's Markdown, or by pulling in dynamic data from other nodes in your workflow. One common mistake people make is testing with a production channel right away. Instead, create a dedicated testing channel first. Head to your Discord server, hit the plus next to the channel list, create a text channel called something like n8n tests, and set it so only you can see it. Point your first webhook there. This way you can experiment with message formatting, variables like timestamps or usernames, and even error handling without cluttering your main community. Once your automation is bulletproof, just update the webhook to your real channel, or create separate webhooks for different purposes and map them to different channels. Another valuable tip is to design your messages for readability. A wall of text in Discord is easy to ignore. Use line breaks, bold headers with double asterisks, and keep the key information at the top. For example, if you're sending an alert about a new form submission, your message might look like ***, new support request, ***, ticket hash 1523 from Sarah. Then on a new line, include the question or details. You can build this directly in the node's message field using expressions like stored data from a previous node. Test that dynamic content by running the node and checking the output in Discord. If the wrong variable name is used, you'll see plain text like stored data for me instead of the actual value, which tells you exactly where to fix it. Once you've got a basic message working, you can start connecting other apps. For instance, add a webhook node at the start to listen for incoming data from a contact form, then pipe that into the Discord node. Or set up a cron node to trigger a daily report, maybe a summary of new orders from your store. The pattern is always the same. Trigger an event, grab the data you need, format it in the Discord node, and post it. As you expand, avoid sending too many notifications. Every message should earn its place. A good rule of thumb is to notify only for events that require a human action or awareness, like a high priority ticket, a payment failure, or a workflow error. Quiet hours or daily digests are often better than real-time noise. Finally, think about growth. Many people start with a single Discord alert and later want to add a Google Sheet log, an email backup, or an AI summary. Organize your workflow from the start by renaming nodes descriptively. Instead of Discord, call it Post New Order to Sales Channel. Instead of Webhook, call it Receive Form Submission. This makes it easy to add more steps later without confusion. You can also save that webhook credential and reuse it across multiple workflows. Just select it from the drop-down, instead of creating a new one each time. And if you ever need to change the channel, you don't need to rebuild anything. Just edit the webhook inside Discord's integrations panel, and it updates everywhere. By now, you've connected Discord to n8n, sent a test message, and verified it works in your channel. You've learnt why webhooks are the secure, simple way to integrate, and you have a clear path to expand into notifications for sales, support, errors, or daily reports. If you keep a testing channel, format your messages cleanly, and add nodes one at a time, you'll build automations that keep your team informed without overwhelming them. Whenever you need a refresher, come back to this video and walk through the steps again. Happy automating!